Well, first of all, just always remember where all this the destruction is happening. It's always in blue cities. If you want to talk about this systemic racism, let's look at what's happening with Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, anybody's at risk in these cities where it's run by Democrats. There's very little education, no entrepreneurship. The family unit's been destroyed, and then what they do is they do not allow the police and the community to come together. They rather keep a division going in that area. So, it's obvious right now. If we want to talk about divisiveness, anger, angst, look at the Democrats, and that's where it stems from. We need to get away from that big time and move toward the light for sure.
Jack, the president has openly been called a racist in the media and by Joe Biden himself. Liberals are now accusing all white people of racism, and even U.S. senators just this week called the Constitution a racist document. Isn't this level of pandering insulting to the black community and to communities of color?
It is, and it's insulting to our nation. I just left an event where, I'm sitting with congressmen who have had their legs blown off and folks who have served this country. And now we're in a season. I call it a season because this is unprecedented, that our American flag to some people is a symbol of racism. It's disgusting, and it has to stop. Like Burgess said, you just go into the communities where I'm able to serve, thank God. But you see that our schools are broken. We've indoctrinated our kids to be anti-country, anti-flag. And this is a process that's happening through all these Democratic leadership in these blue states. It has to come to an end. And for African Americans, it really is sad because, our core principles are conservative principles. Most of us were raised up in faith-based families. And now we look up and 77% of our babies are born out of wedlock. And so we have deep cultural issues that we have to take on. But these are not just black issues. These are American issues because, we need more conservatives to stand up and speak boldly against that and get God back into our society.
Burgess, racism exists to be sure, but the left's prescriptions for ending racism, improving equality, they appear to want to do that, it seems, with more racism. How do we really advance real equality in America?
Well, when we do that, first of all, recognizing what racism is, and the Democratic Party has been, from the very beginning, a racist ideology. I tell you what I'm really excited about, Tom, to be honest with you. I've been a conservative all my life. My family has always been. We voted for Democrats growing up. But what I'm excited about now is that black Americans are waking up. The race that has truly went through systemic racism decades ago will be the same race because we're going to vote on our values and our principles. We're leaving that plantation in a big, big way. Because we bring our country back, because we bring our community back from the abyss of socialism and Marxism, we, in essence, our race, my community, will bring back our country. Now, how cool is that? That because of our pride in country, our communities, our families, that we're going to truly, those values, going to bring our country back to what it should be, and we'll be showing others again as examples of just how not to be hoodwinked by the radical left.
Jack, shouldn't, to Burgess's point, shouldn't we be talking about wealth creation and job creation and better schools to help elevate the black community instead of decimating American patriotism for political gain?
Amen. You've seen some of the most far-left minds in the African-American community, like Ice Cube, Lil Wayne, and these type of folks who are now waking up and saying, hey, we're businessmen, we're multimillionaires, and we're looking at President Trump, who just put out a platinum plan to bring $500 billion to black America through empowerment, not through welfare programs, but through actually build businesses and create over 3 million jobs. These are the type of things that African Americans are aware of. We understand that. We have great business leaders in the black community, and they understand what President Trump's mission is, and they appreciate the fact that he created the strongest economy ever for all races of people in this nation. And so we just have to continue to educate. There's a lot of people that we're fighting forces that we all know, a spiritual warfare that we're fighting against this liberal media that suppresses our voices and changes the narrative for the most vulnerable people who may not have access to the real information. That's what we're fighting. So as conservatives, that's why I say speak boldly and loudly, and let's educate. Let's not hate. Let's let the left represent hate. Conservatives represent God, peace, and love. And so, I'm really excited for this election. I think you're going to see the largest Republican black turnout in our generation. And I think you'll see tremendous, particularly male African-American support for this president on November 3rd.
Jack and Burgess, like about 30 seconds, but I do want to get your predictions for Tuesday on the black vote for President Trump. There's been a lot of talk about it. Jack, your thoughts on what that percentage is going to be?
I think we cracked 20% of the black male vote in some areas and some demographics. I think that leads us to a victory. I called for a black awakening, and my good brother, my mentor Burgess, really helped set me in line towards that. So I got to give him his respects for that.
All right, Burgess, your prediction.
I agree. I think 20% is going to be a game changer. And I'll say this, guys, I'm so excited about the black community. We now understand what hope looks like and how it feels. And we are courageously moving away from the hard, dark left. So I'm so proud about my community, and we're going to come through, bring our country back to the best, and look back on history and say we were part of that process. I'm so excited about that.
All right, well, Burgess, score an electoral touchdown.